What's up guys, I hope everybody's doing well. Today a little bit of a break with the lights. Now I got a very exciting product for you guys to see here because every production company needs a monitor and one can never have enough monitors, right? So today I'm reviewing the OC Mega15S. This is a field monitor, 15.4 inch, 10-bit production monitor. So my approach demonstrating this product is just like you are here side by side unpacking this monitor and testing with me. So I'm gonna show you guys here every single feature, and besides that, there are many videos previously made on YouTube, but I promise you that I'm not going to waste a single second of your time. And I'm also going to be showing you guys here things that I haven't seen in the other videos. And myself as a professional, since 1991, I want to know what this monitor can do. And you also as a professional, you probably want to see or know the same things that I'm going to try to show you here. So that eliminates every questions that you guys might have in the comment section. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me the question. So with that said, please sit back and relax and let me show you what I got here. So I'll be right back. Another thing in this video that's different than every other video they watch is because I guess people don't seem to care to update the firmware. This one is running a brand new latest firmware as of June 2025. This is the firmware 11. So I actually have to relearn everything here regarding this joystick because the position and everything, how you operate, changed. So you might as well want to watch this video with the new firmware. And a full disclaimer, every video that I do on YouTube is unbiased regardless of what happens, and they sent me this monitor for me to test and review, and of course I get to keep the monitor just like every other product that you see me review on this channel. However, as of 2025, I do charge a fee for my time because my time is limited. My fee is limited only for my time here to set up all these lights and do the filming, editing, B-roll, and that's pretty much it. This video is not sponsored by OC regardless. I don't get paid to say anything. All my words and opinions that are my own, and all the pros and cons on this monitor will be shown to you. And there's no such thing as approvals or OC sees the video first. No, you guys are watching the video at exactly the same time as OC might be watching. Most of the items that I review on this channel are lighting, as you guys know, but when it comes to monitor, especially this one here, I was extremely interested in this monitor because of the size and its features and what it can do. So I actually waived the fee for this particular video. There are a lot of things that I want to cover here, so if you're the type of person that wants to know all the nitty-gritty little specifications, I'm going to leave several screenshots right here so you can actually pause the video and see them at any time. OC advertises something called DBEF. To make a long story short, is something that improves the brightness and also the overall contrast of this monitor. And this monitor displays very deep blacks, better than most monitors that I've seen in this price and class. And speaking of price, this monitor runs about $949. To some of you, it might seem expensive if you do this as a hobby, but if you are a professional, you know how much monitors like this cost, especially other brands such as Small HD. They are like quadruple the times this monitor cost. So $945, of course, is still a decent sum of money, but for the monitor, what it is and what it can do, I think is a pretty decent price. I think OC says this is actually an anti-reflective screen. I'm not sure what they mean because this is a very glossy monitor, which by the way, I like it because somehow glossy monitors, they actually increase the contrast of the monitor. The matte monitors, they are more or less reflective, but you can still see glare. It's just like diffuse glare, so I prefer the glossy finish. And the first thing that I love about this monitor here, because I thought this was going to be good only for watching dead center like this here, you can actually watch it from the top, from the sides. I'm talking about this much on the side here. You can still see what's going on. Not as good as this way, of course, but you can still see what's going on. It doesn't go dark at all. So from under here, from the top, whatever angle they want to see. The preferred way, of course, to see is from the front, right? This is the first thing that I loved about the monitor and got me very excited about that. Starting with the front of the monitor, you're going to find a 1/8 of an inch stereo jack, which is good for headphones, even little Bluetooth speakers like this, if you want to amplify the sound for something better, as long as it has a audio in or line in. And the cable that you want to buy is an angle to straight, exactly 2 feet, so you can actually mount this Bluetooth speaker that I put a little shoe mount right there. So I'm gonna get to the back of the monitor in a second. So here's my Bluetooth speaker and also a wireless device that I'm using. This is the CineView HE HDMI in and out. So the cable they want is about 2 feet angled. So you plug this angled part right here, and then look how neat everything is. So just to plug it on the speaker here, so there's no excess cables running. And on the other side here, there is a speaker. Not sure if that's even a speaker because it sounds almost like a little membrane, so it's almost useless. So this is why I wanted to hook up the Bluetooth speaker here, and it sounds amazing. Most monitors that I've seen, they have the same type of speakers. I have a 28-inch monitor, very expensive monitor in the back there from B&H, and same exact speaker that they put there, so I guess it's a thing. I wish they chose better speakers or something a little bit of a better quality, something like similar to maybe a little MacBook Air speaker, or at least a speaker they found in a phone. Put it right here, that'll be great. And over here is a USB-A jack for you to actually do firmware upgrade, which I have never seen anybody else before this video to demonstrate, teach anybody how to do properly the firmware update on this monitor. Because if you do it wrong, guess what? You're gonna have to send this back to the factory. So stick around. I'm telling you, I'm gonna show you guys here everything they want to know. To proceed with the firmware upgrade, there is also a limit of size of the USB. So you want to make sure it is format to FAT, not NTFS or Mac format. And then when you go to OC website, choose the correct product, download the firmware, read the instructions, and then everything that has a .bin file, drag all the files into the directory of the USB. Don't put it inside any folders. And make sure this monitor is connected to the AC outlet. Don't use the battery, just don't. And then you watch the firmware upgrade. It takes a little bit of a time. The monitor sometimes might be irresponsive, but it will update. Don't touch anything. If you mess this up, I'm warning you, you're gonna have to send this back to the factory. My case here, because I waited with patience, nothing happened. The firmware upgrade was successful at one time. So when you press this button, you're gonna see the 3 inputs here, and it goes away in a few seconds. You don't have to do anything. So if it goes away, press it again. The old firmware, you have to up the joystick. See how it doesn't work? Now I have to rotate instead of doing that. So I'm actually running this via HDMI. Most of you guys have mirrorless cameras and everything, so you probably wanna use the HDMI. So immediately one con that I found here is that it has only one HDMI, and you cannot split the monitor in 2 or in 4. I wish I could have that here. I actually emailed OC asking if it is a firmware type of deal. They said this will be another monitor being made in the future. It has nothing to do with firmware, it's hardware. Another thing that you're not going to be seeing on the HDMI is the fact that you cannot see the audio levels on the monitor. Most monitors offer that. This one also offers that as well, but only available via SDI, just to keep that in mind. Now the audio meter here, maybe, who knows, it might be just a thing of upgrading the firmware that they might release. Or it can be the same thing as not possible to have the quad cam screen here. I was actually requesting for a screen protector because they actually make a screen protector for this very monitor. It's a little bit pricey, it's about $84, $85. But depending on what you do, instead of putting a nasty scratch here, somebody actually bump a light stand here, that goes your screen, right? So $89 investment compared to nearly $1,000. I don't think that's much of a big deal. It's not a tempered glass they apparently stick on the monitor. I think it mounts right here. I also like that this monitor has a 16 by 10 format, which means you can actually have all this information here without being in the way of your picture. So this is a 16 by 9 picture. And over here you're gonna find F1, 2, 3, and 4. These are shortcuts for your mostly used 4 controls. My number 1 is aspect ratio because I shoot a lot of, CinemaScope type of aspect ratio. So pressing F1, pressing it again, immediately enables it, as you can see here. And you can choose many aspect ratios. So again, for example, pressing the F1 again, you're gonna call the function here, press F1 again, you're gonna turn on whatever it is listed in here, in this case is the aspect ratio. When you press the F2, press it again, that's when you actually enable the other control, which in this case is zebra. Press the same button to turn it off. And here I put false color. Now keep in mind in this monitor, if you actually want to use, for example, the zebra with the false color, you can. However, the zebra with the picking, you cannot. You gotta choose either the zebra or the picking. So I can use the aspect ratio, I can use the zebra and false color. Or I can use all these 3 here, including the focus assistant. So everything here is customizable. Let's say that you no longer want the false color here at all, or if you want to move this here to here. So right now you are here on the number 3 control. So if you want to change that, keep pressing the arrow on the joystick to the right, as it says, as an arrow here, and another arrow right there. Now you're presented with all the options that you can see. You can control the aspect, the safety, the center, crosshatch, anamorphic, false color, zebra, waveform, vector, histogram, focus assist, picking, D-log, user LUT, multi-scopes, which is going to have a vector scope here, the waveform here, or a bunch of things. Let's say that I want to choose the vector scope instead, right? So joystick to the right to select it. Now it changed to vector scope. So I want to put it back to what it was before. I want my false color back. Simply go here. If you change your mind, again, joystick to the right to save. Now here's the thing. Currently, apparently there is a little bit of a glitch on the firmware because, as I told you before, this monitor does not provide or support audio meter via HDMI, only SDI, right? So let's say that you want to change the false color, go to the menu here again and go to the audio meter. And then guess what? You have a little prohibitive little red thing. Now you cannot change it. What are you gonna do? Look. You're stuck with this, right? Since I'm a very technical guy, I actually figured out myself in seconds, believe it or not. So you just go to the input here, temporarily switch to SD1 or SDI1 or SDI2, and then go back to the menu here, and then guess what? You can go here and change the damn thing back to whatever you want. So let's put the vector scope here, for example, and call it a day. Then go back to the HDMI. Just wait, it switches back to HDMI. Just in case you happen to be stuck with this, you know what to do. I'm not sure if they are aware of this bug going on here, and this is the firmware 11. I'm not sure if the same issue was present on a previous version, firmware whatever that was, because I don't think you can actually downgrade. But I'm pretty confident this type of matter here can easily be solved with firmware updates. The only thing that they told me that this monitor cannot do, firmware-wise, is to have a split screen here. Other than that, I think everything can be fixed. You can also zoom in if you want, pressing the joystick up, and then this appears, and then up again, 4x. To get out of here, press it down, and it's out. Another thing that I love about this monitor, it has a built-in mount on the back, which you can mount this monitor into a C-stand, or depending on what kind of light stand that you have, you will also mount there as well. And check this out. You don't even need to mount this monitor. If you want to put it on a desk like this, it just stays like that. It does not fall.